Hey guys, it's Speedysteve2448 making a YuGi video. Now first of all, Slim, thank you very much for featuring me on your channel, dude. I do really appreciate it. As one of the main representatives of YuGi-Tube, it's kind of awesome that you spend time and let me feature on your channel. So again, I really do appreciate it, mate. You're absolutely a huge star, thank you very much. So those who don't know me, my name is Steve, or Speedysteve2448. I'm kind of known for 2 years ago topping nationals with Junk Doppel, and then last year I topped nationals once again with Fire Fist. So 2 years in a row I've topped nationals, but I'm not really a competitive player. I don't really go in the main circuit that often. I focus more on my channel more now than ever, and on top of that I kind of focus more on the obscure decks, the rogue decks. So Junk Doppel is one of my main decks, of course. Then we have stuff like Flower Princesses, we have Sylvans, which will be top tier in the future, but for now they're not the biggest main deck. Gem Knights, which I'll be featuring today, and other obscure decks like Aliens and Psychic Saber, and basically decks all around that kind of spam a lot of cards and just all around are a lot of fun, and the rogue decks more than the top tier ones. So today I will be doing a deck profile of my Gem Knight deck. Now Gem Knight is a really cool archetype focusing around fusion, removing from play, spamming out cards quickly inside the field. There's lots of different variants you can have with Gem Knights, and the two different variants I focus on my channel. One is a rock version, revolving around the field spell Catapult Zone, which sends lots of rock monsters to the graveyard, Revival Golem, Block Golem, and focuses on Zirconia, which is the huge massive 2/9 beat stick of rock Gem Knight monsters. The other version of the Gem Knight deck, which I usually focus on, which can be today, is the Box of Friends version. Now the Box of Friends version is basically all about, well, Box of Friends. You get destroyed by any means and you special summon 2 of your Gem Knight guys from your deck, and then start spamming out into Laval Chain and then sending Gem Knight Fusion to the graveyard. Basically it's just a really quick way of getting Gem Knight Fusion to your grave or your side of the field, which is a really, really important card. Gem Knight Fusion is one of the most important cards, which I'll go over now. So yeah, Box of Friends version, guys, of Gem Knights. I hope you like the video. Please give Slim some support for the channel. Whether you like this video or not, a thumbs up would still be awesome, I'm sure, for him. And if you do like this content, I'm sure my channel will be down in the description below. But let's get the deck profile, guys, of my Box of Friends for the April 2014 format for Gem Knights. So let's get the deck profile, guys. So for the monsters, we of course have the 2 Box of Friends. We have the free Gem Knight Garnet, the free Gem Knight Sapphire, and the 1 Gem Knight Tourmaline for our normal monsters. Then we have 3 Gem Knight Obsidian, 2 Gem Knight Azori, 1 Gem Knight Alexandrite, 3 Armadillo, and then the 1 Rabbit, 1 Goblinberg, and 1 Masked Chameleon. So we have our Box of Friends. When this guy gets destroyed by a card effect or by battle, you can special summon 2 monsters with 1/0 attack, 1/0 defense. So we have our Garnet, all basically 1/2/0 attack, 1/0 defense. We have Garnet and Sapphire. So these guys get summoned out through this guy in defense position. Then you can overlay these 2, go into maybe someone like a Laval Chain and get your Gem Knight Fusion to the graveyard, or generally just fuse with them, whatever you wish to do. Then finally just 1 Tourmaline, because we do have Topaz and we have Prismora, both very good cards, and we want access to that at least once. So we have 7 normals altogether to utilise Box of Friends. Then the free Obsidian. Obsidian is a really great card, utilises these guys, special summons when it's fusion summoned and sent to the graveyard. Lazori, great card as well, similar to Obsidian. Alexandrite is a one-off card to make sure we get into these guys as quick as possible. You contribute it and special summon a normal guy from your graveyard, normal guy from your deck. Then free Armadillo. Free Armadillo just basically adds any one of these guys to your hand, which is really useful. Then we have the free one-offs, the Rescue Rabbit, of course, because we play 2 lots of vanillas. We play 1 Goblinberg, just go into our rank 4s really quickly to get to Laval Chain and Fusion. And then we have 1 Masked Chameleon. Masked Chameleon can bring back any one of our Gem Knight Garnets or our Box of Friends. So all around, just 3 little cards to support the all Gem Knight build. Then onto the spell cards, we have 2 Gem Knight Fusion, 1 Super Polymerization, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, and 1 Dark Hole. Then 3 Pot of Duality for the spells. So 2 Gem Knight Fusion. I used to play around with 3, play 2. I think 3 is just really cloggy, so I like 2. So we have Super Polymerization. Super Polymerization is just a great card all around. It obviously guarantees one of our fusion monsters because it can't respond to Super Polymerization. On top of that also as well, if you put against any type of deck that has Pyros, any type of deck that has Thunders, you can go into any one of these guys here and use your opponent's monsters. So all around a great card, playing around with it. I may not 100% use it, and also you have to discard a card as for a cost, which is annoying, but you usually discard this guy here. So I'm not quite sure if they're going to go for 3 of these or 2 and a 1. I'll let you guys know. 2, yeah, so 2 MST and Dark Hole and Pot are all staples. And then onto the traps, we have 2 one-offs in Grizel, Prillin, and Fragment Fusion. Then we have 2 Deep Prison, 2 Fiendish Chain, and then the 4 one-offs in Compulsory, Bottomless, Warning, and also Torrential Tributes. So onto the traps, basically these guys are all just a staple traps. Brazil coming out, the King of the Dragons in the Gold Edition. This guy's going to be really, really good. I think this guy gets over it pretty much. Mirror Force is nothing, so this guy's going to be a useful card. But the 2 one-offs I want to talk about, so we have Grizel Prillin. Grizel Prillin, basically, if you control a fusion monster on your side of the field, your opponent can't XYZ or Synchro Summon during the end of the next turn. On top of that, also, any monster they currently control, which is either a Synchro Summon monster or an XYZ monster, they can't use their effects and they can't attack. So it's kind of like a Fiendish Chain, like on crack, plus also like a Stop Synchro Summon
and also Exceed Summon. So really, really good card. I'm going to play one at the moment just because if you do draw 2 opening turn, it is really dead without this card here. But when you get your deck flowing and you start getting fusion monsters on your side of the field, this card is amazing. Fragment Fusion is just pretty much like a Miracle Fusion. You fusion guys in your graveyard to then get any one of these guys. The only issue is though it's destroyed during the end phase, which is really annoying. But even still, they're just a one-off, activate in the battle phase and go for additional attack. Lots of stuff you can do with Fragment Fusion to go into one of these guys here by all your dead random cards. So onto the extra deck, we have 1 Gem Knight Sulfur, we have 1 Ruby, 1 Topaz, 1 Aquamarine, 1 Citrine, 1 Prismora, so all of our one-offs. Then we have 2 Zirconia and 1 Master Diamonds. For Exceeds, we have 1 Emerald, 1 Chain, we have 1 Princess Kahone, we have 1 and 1 and 1. This is Exton Knight, I don't have one at the moment, guys. And then finally 1 Scrap Dragon. So extra deck, basically, Exton Knight is 1 Light and 1 Gem Knight, and you can normal summon additional time. It is Fusion Summon, so really, really useful. And that's for Box of Friends, pretty much. And also when we main deck Level Eater, if we side deck it in, we can potentially do some cool stuff with this. Ruby, Topaz, Aquamarine, you guys probably know what they do. They're really, really useful cards. Citrine and Prismora, also very useful cards. Zirconia 2, I love Zirconia. You could maybe take out this down to 1 and put this to this or this to 2. Your choice. Maybe this to 2. But I do like 2 Zirconia because it's just a great card. Master Diamonds, all round great card. Don't go off it too often, but with Fragment Fusion in your deck, you can go into this really easily. Then Emerald and Chain are 2 of your best cards in the deck. Emerald can bring back any one of these guys, and also the Zirconia as well. Rotate your cards around in your deck as well, so you can put your normal monsters back in your deck to then make Box of Friends live again. And Change is a great way because if you go 2 level 4s into a rank 4, you can then stick Gem Knight Fusion in the graveyard, which then makes it live and do lots of stuff with Laval Chain. So on to my princess. If you don't know what this card does, first of all, her artwork is really, really cool. She's like a funky little princess. She's a rank 4. She's got 2,200 defense, and her effect is when this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 1 Box of Friends in your graveyard and special summon that target. If you control another monster, your opponent can't target this card with card effects or for attacks, so really, really useful. If a face-up normal monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can attach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 normal monster from your deck in face-up defense position. So really, really cool. It is basically, as soon as you XYZ summon, you special summon that Box of Friends straight from your graveyard. On top of that, also you can rotate your normal monsters around from your deck to your side of the field. So you can normal summon like any one of these guys, if opponent attacks into them, you can then activate her effect and then rotate the cards around, and she can't be attacked or targeted for effects while other monsters are on the field. So really, really good card. Then 1-on-1 Exxon Knight. I need Exxon Time really badly, but I haven't got one at the moment. And then finally Scrap Dragon. You can go to any level 8 really for Chameleon, but I like Scrap Dragon a lot because you can pop your Gem Knight Fusion and basically bring it straight back. The only other card I want to find room for in my extra deck is a level 5, because you can go Chameleon and go Box of Friends for a level 5. I just don't have room. Like, these is like the most basic I want to go. I'm really struggling for room at the moment, and I can't think of anything I can take out of other than maybe 1 Zirconia down to 1, but even then I love 2 Zirconias for a level 5 Catasta or for Amadeus. Your choice, guys, whatever you feel is probably the best for you. I quite like Amadeus just because it gets rid of, you know, all your cranes and stuff like that as well for Bujins. So guys, all around, really love the deck. As I said, it's not the most top tier deck around, but it is a very, very good one at that. And I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. I'll have my rock version up pretty soon as well, so you can try the 2 different builds and see which one you prefer as well. So guys, Speedysteve2448, playing so expected. I'll see you guys real soon, and thanks for watching.